Hi friends, visit this URL available in the description and see this chart. Google provides us a free library to draw such charts in our web pages. Nothing is more is required. You can just scroll down, copy the code from here and save it as HTML page, and you will get a chart like this. This is entirely a free tool from Google. It is not that only pie chart. We can draw bar chart, column chart, line chart, area chart, and like that many different types of charts. And even we can take data from our backend script or from database and develop such real-time chart displaying the position. Now we'll see how we'll work on this tool and develop various charts. This is the blank page where you have kept the link for the loading the library. So this URL, whatever you are seeing here, this is the Google library what you are loading. Now you can get it in by just searching for Google Charts and get this. Now after loading this, we have kept this inside the head tag. So in the body tag we'll draw the graph. But thing is, once you kept it in the head tag, there is no need to load again. For suppose you have multiple charts in the page, so no need to again and again. You can one time loading is enough, and we'll be using the methods and the libraries you used inside. So we'll do that. Now for this, you can see here in the second line we are defining the load current. This current value will take it the current version of the chart. So you can give the old version number if you want. I don't think there is any necessity of it. You can go with the current version, or you can give this as upcoming. Upcoming means Google, you can check the all the configuration or all the facilities given at the upcoming version. This may not be always required, but sometime you may want to check some feature with the upcoming feature. That time you may need this setting to be changed to upcoming. Then you can say this package is core chart. This core chart is enough for our all basic understanding: bar, column, line, area, step, several charts we can use it. So we'll be sticking to this right now. We'll be understanding every component because subsequently we'll be linking it to our database also. So let's just start with our body tag. Inside the body tag, first we'll we'll write about the div where the chart will be displayed. So we are telling div ID will give. So we'll say chart div. Let's close this. This inside this or this div tag will be used to display our graph. So let's move it up here. So we'll start with our script now. Script tag. Then better to first close this script tag. Okay, we have closed this. So this is our script. Inside this we'll keep our code here. So first what we will do, we'll set onload callback. We'll set a function which will be called under onload once the chart is loaded. So we'll state that by telling Google charts. Now we'll say set on load callback. This method will give a name of a function. This function, it's up to us what name you are giving, but we'll call it, let's say draw my chart. You can give any other name also. So this close. Now let's come out and write the same function, whatever this function we have declared now or we have used now. Draw, we are telling my chart, fine. So we'll start this, sorry, not this, we'll start our function. Inside this we'll write all our stuff. So first thing what we will do is, let's just see once whether there is nothing to be displayed. You can see here. So here the page is nothing, no error. I hope so far no error. Charts need data. So Google gives us a data table, or we'll use the method data table to create or add our data to it. So first start with declaring object data. So we'll say that this is new Google visualization dot data table. So this is I created now. Now I will do is I will add columns to this. So we know the chart, the pie chart needs two things. One is the columns or the labels, whatever we will be using, and the number which based on which the angles will be allotted. So this calculation we'll leave it to Google to do. So we'll just give our information. So we'll say data add column. Now then I will say what it is. I will say this is string, and I am giving language, because my whatever data I am giving, I am just giving some 4-5 languages and number of pages or number of books available, whatever. This is a 2 column. We'll see that more. So language, now that's over. That's all. So one more column I will add, that's the number. So I will just copy this. Now I am telling this is not a string now, this is a number. So this number is I will just say NOS. Okay, fine. Now with this is over. So first then I will say now I will add some data to it. So I will say data, now add rows. So this rows means I am just giving a, you note this, I am giving a 2-dimensional array to this. I have just pasted a 2-dimensional array here with two elements in each section. It is string and one is string. You can see this is the string one, and here also I have columns I have declared as 2. One is string and another one is number. So these two I have given here. Now directly I used a 2-dimensional array, but in next tutorial we will see that how we'll declare it separately and loop it using a for loop. Will add the rows. That is required because finally we want to take the data from a table, from a MySQL table, so dynamically we'll create those charts. So that is the purpose. Here for easy understanding we have taken it directly. Now let's go to the options. So this is where we will be customizing our chart. So we'll say let's declare one variable option, and inside that we'll keep it equal to, now first start with title. What title you give, it's a string only, whatever you want. I am just writing something plus tutorials. Okay, you can change it to whatever way you want. Now one more important thing here, I will declare width equal to, let's say, 600 and height. This is the chart dimension I am giving. So this is what I can control the size also. Let's keep these two and move ahead. So further we'll see. We'll add more options to this and customize it further. And there is a big list of customizations available. So let's go. Now we'll go towards, so our data feeding is over. Options we have just started with some few options we have given. Now let's start the chart displaying. So before that let's set the display part. Chart new, again visualization. Now I am telling pie chart. Now you may ask me here, why pie chart? Oh, can I change it? Yes, we'll see that. Pie chart. Now what I will do inside this, I will say document get element by ID. Get element by ID. Now what is the ID? Now that is, here I will say chart div. What is chart div, by the way? If you have seen this earlier, just let me show you. In the body tag, here we have declared it. This is the div where the chart will be displayed. So we want to tell that to Google or to here that we will pass this. So we'll say get element document. This particular one will point to that. So get element by ID, chat div is there. So this is where the chart will be displayed. Now next is just one line only. Let me draw the chart now. Chart, draw, data. What is data? We have just declared above. Now options. What is options? Here it is. The options are here. The data, whatever it is, we have started from here. So these are the data in columns and the data we have fed it. Now the options are here. So that's all. Let's just see the entire code once. Fine. It is just we have loaded it here, declared our data table. Our body tag, here we have declared the div. So I am saving this, going to my, I am going to my page here. This is earlier we have seen, refreshing. I should able to see the chart or the error. What's the mistake I did? In line 25, something is missing at line 25. Okay, let me just see options, title, bar chart. Oh, sorry, here I cannot use equal to. Fine, initialization, there is a issue here. I cannot use this, so let's save this, run again. Yeah, the chart is displayed. So this is how. Now we'll move towards adding different options to this. We'll come to the next line here, add more options. So again go here. Okay, we'll say ligand. You must have seen that they were at the right side, so now we'll change it to left. So I'm just saving this, going here. You can see these are here. Now let me refresh this. Yeah, you can see it just come this side. Now all these styles also I can change, the colors, everything, all combinations. There are options. We'll explore few, and I will leave the link to you how it will, all the options values are there. So after that, let's one important one is, let's say is 3D. 3D. It is case sensitive, so 3D must be in uppercase. So let's say true. What it does is 3D is by default it is false. So I am just saving this, refreshing this. See this became a 3D chart now. So is 3D, this I can set it. So now next, okay, I will remove this because this two will not go, next one will not go. I will say pi hole. This is a numeric up to from up to 1 I can go, so I am giving 0.4. So let's see what chart it became. I removed 3D, you can remember. Now you see this is a dog knot chart. So this is how I can change the chart also. So fine, saying all this. Now let me just remove this. Now can I change this chart by just changing it here? You have seen this is a pie chart. Now let me just write bar here. I want a bar chart to be here. I just replaced it. Let's see if it works. Fine. Yeah, it worked. So it's a bar chart now. So like this, there are many such options are there. There is a big list is there. You can change even the alignment. Let's come back to pi again. Yeah, saving it, refreshing. This color, all this starting angle, this angle, starting angle also you can shift it. Several options values are available. We can customize to our own need. Now what we will do, next section will take it that this data will take it from a MySQL database. That there lies the beauty, because once you take the MySQL database, we will not directly paste the data like this. We'll use a two-dimensional array in JavaScript, loop it through, add one row to this and create. That way dynamically we can create it. In fact, by using JavaScript also we can change these values. When you change these values also, you can see your graph will automatically change it. That part also we'll explore. Thank you, and if you have any doubts or anything, you can leave it at the bottom comment section, and please do subscribe, because we are coming out with many such interesting tutorials, videos on PHP, on Python, on data science and all. You request you all to subscribe to our channel so you can get all the notification, everything. We can continue further. Thank you.